All right, let's get into this. There was a sounds like there was a tornado. My other Jason, he they have a tornado. He doesn't have power right now. He said. Oh, that's good. So as you're learning, do you think you should have took that big position that you're in? Let's take a look at that. Oh. Told you should come back and retest it, but I don't like that it's down here. Don't freak out. I just don't like it. All right, let's get into this here. SPY broke highs again pre-market? Are you kidding me? Look at this nonsense. Wow. See, SPY has been doing this for the last few months. It jams down, it'll break highs pre-market and then jam down all day and then suck up in the middle of the day and go right back to highs and then break out pre-market. It's been doing this for a month and a half. Just craziness. Previous high roughly is the low pre-market. After hours. Exactly. It's all about mitigating your losses. Winning's easy. It's when you're in a losing trade that's when you really find out how strong your emotions are or aren't, and how good your technical trading is, and trusting your levels, and having the, what word do I want to use? Having the, I don't know, the balls to close a trade when you're down and just close it and be done and say that trade didn't work and move on to the next trade. Look at this jam down into the open, into the previous high right here, just happening on SPY. Let's go over here and look at Qs. Qs is down at pre-market lows. It's interesting, SPY and Qs are moving in conjunction this morning. Yeah. Now, SPY is broken out, has made a new high, and Qs is low. Q should be up here, up in this neighborhood. I'll be looking for a long on Qs today, around this 364.84. Somewhere in that range. Give it about 50 cents. So this would be the risk box, right? That's what it looks like right now we're going to get. So we'll see. Q should be higher than it is, even though SPY's pulling down. I usually just write them on my sheet for a quick reference. And I'll have them up. I mean, I have 3-4 screens on my desk, so I actually have 4 screens, but I usually have enough charts to watch what I want to watch, and I just scan them That's why I color code everything so I can tell where it is, and something may be coming into a call level, but the rest of everything else is broke its lower levels. Then I get uninterested in taking those calls if that's happening, right? I don't need alerts. Generally, I'm only trading from 9:30 to 10:30. If I'm still in a trade by 11, I'm up a lot generally. But like I said, I have my daily nut I try to make. That's it. Thanks, mate. Nice little bounce there at the low. Watch that. All right, let's go through them here. Start with Apple. Wife's in the kitchen. Take a look at Amazon real quick. Why Amazon? All right, so let me look up Amazon here. $32.94.11. So Amazon's about to fall off the edge of the cliff. Going to come down in this 31 area. It's going to should drag the markets down with it. That's why Q's deep, but I expect this to come up. I don't know. Oh, Apple. Apple's down to pre-market lows. It's trying to hold this area. It's trying. To watch that 145.50 for the long. Well, we got to get a little speed and distance. It's going to have to get up in this neighborhood and then come back down. So we got about 35 minutes for it to get up. May have to adjust. AMD's down around pre-market lows. Watch that for a long. Yesterday's low, 105.74. You have to watch. If it breaks through this, you have to wait for it to get down to this 105.74. You want to try to take a long on AMD. Yesterday's high up here at 109.88. The short worked yesterday. The long worked yesterday. That was almost a perfect movement on AMD. Watch this again, I guess. We'll see. We're in this neighborhood. Go watch for a short, depending. Now, if the market's ripping, guys, you don't want to take this short. You're going to want to let this just keep coming, right? We really want to get in long somewhere in between here and here. Depending on what's happening, of course, with the market. Good Boeing go. Still nothing. I used to trade Bob all the time, but you just can't trade this kind of choppy action, these big moves up and down 7-8 points. The Chewy play worked. Sometimes I forget to go back to the plays I look at, and then I look at them. Look at Coinbase. Went right into that. It popped through the short. Like, you know, this is where I wanted to get on it short yesterday. Popped through the short. What's that distance? 10 points it popped. Wow. And then failed all the way. It's coming down here to fill the gap. Oh, it may have filled it there. I didn't think it did. Well, that's nasty. 10 points, nasty. I won't be looking at Coinbase. We're gonna let that bounce around for a while. All right, Disney's still locked. Facebook's putting in a lower high, it looks like. That candle up to 387.28 though. Could watch that 357.25 area for a long on Facebook. Watch this phantom tick for a short. $361.13. Pre-market highs here. Go watch this for a breakout. That was the close. I like this 357 area down here. That was about where the moving averages was or something I put there. Gold came right into that level. So sick. I put that level back here one of these days, this level right here. Came right straight to it. Bang, bang, bang. All the way down. I can't believe that crap. All right. GME's holding that 155, which I'm not trading GME, but I'm just looking. Google. Google's consolidating at highs. Jammed the 9 yesterday. Or what? After hours it broke through the 9. So it never really did jam the 9 test. So Google looks like it's going to test the 9, which is going to be about here, which lines up with that congestion here. That 27.12.79 for a long, possibly. Watch that. Amazon's dipping pre-market here. Intel looks like it's about to break out. Came perfectly into the middle of the two yesterday. Remember I was talking about this. I said we want to get it somewhere in the middle. Came right dead nuts in the middle and then took off. To watch that low again. Somewhere between 53.96 and 53.72 for the long. And then be taking profit coming into this downtrend test. But it did pop through at pre-market here. It's kind of wedging right now, isn't it? Yeah. Wants to get up in this gap. We have a nice gap right here. See this gap? It's to fill that gap. I like this long. I think it's going to break out and go up into the gap. That's what it looks like to me. That tick right here that breaks the downtrend. Don't pay attention here. This is for the daily. Right there. I like Intel for a long today. I'm going to write that down here. Chris, Intel for a long may be a good trial play. Lower risk. $53.89, somewhere in that range. Somewhere in here, which, you know, this is like 10 cents. So if you take it as it's jamming in, but we need a little distance, so we want it to hang up in here until the open. I like Intel today. Lockheed's trying to hold that 359. MasterCard still hasn't took off yet. I expect it to at some point here. It's probably going to come down and test this low. Looks like. There's another phantom tick. A lot of phantom ticks up to the upside today. Microsoft, go watch that 285.03 area. Remember, guys, it's an area. It's never an exact number. It's just an area that we're looking to go long. Somewhere in here. It's right in this low. I don't really like these market maker candles that broke the low, but let me see here. What's this? $285.21. We can watch for a long, and if it breaks under that, I'd give it to about right here, which is going to be about 50 cents, roughly 45 cents. I'd give it down to there. And that's as deep as I'd let it go. And I may add into the position coming down. Let's put this here, start in here. And it's right in the middle, so that's good. And then our short, of course, is going to be up in this neighborhood. Look at that breakout. See, this is nasty. False breakout and just smoked them. Nasty. Jeez. See, this is that look I don't like, Chris, of that other play. You understand what I'm saying? This is eerily familiar to Wish. This movement right here. You see this? Eerily familiar. It needs to bounce today. It needs to come back up. It looks like it's going to, so. All right, where was I? Lost my space. There it is. Netflix. The Netflix level worked yesterday. Kind of a small move. 3 points. Would have made a little profit on that trade, but not a lot. They've been red a little bit. Came back up. We have to watch this 507.98 down here. Maybe even closer to 505.61 is probably the better play if my wife is listening to me. She loves Netflix. Nvidia is in this short-term downtrend here. Now, Nvidia is showing some strength here. While everything else is down a little, testing its lows. It will not sit where I want it to sit. Yeah, pre-market low, 195.24. Right in this range. I'd be looking for a long on Nvidia. 195.24. And let me see how far. What's our risk here? Let me get rid of this. Nvidia's contracts are very volatile. Remember that. So I always pound on people to take profits. You never know how long you're going to be green in a trade. It can go from green to red in a hurry. All right, so NVIDIA 195.24. Sorry, I was reading a message from somebody. 195.24 for the long on NVIDIA. Down to yesterday's lows, which is going to be 194.35. I give NVIDIA about a point of risk, so that's within our risk. So I'll enter here. If it breaks through, I'll add here and then give it a little bit of wiggle, and that's it. It's either going to come back up or it's not. And it may not come back down. So it's trying to go up. PayPal's still following that downtrend. Got a little strength here. I think I'd have to look for the bounce here at like 274.32, somewhere in that neighborhood. Somewhere near this market maker candle, I think, is going to be an area that we could look for a bounce. It needs a little distance. Little distance here. PayPal's due for a breakout and a run. I'd like to see it break out, run up and fill this gap, but you never know. So I thought it was going to push out, fill the gap here, and then it come down. All right. I have not, but I will try to figure that out for you. It's all saved by the day on YouTube, at least the early, trading through, Chris. Some stuff I don't let the YouTube channel hear that we're talking about, but Q's putting a little bit of a low here. Broke after hours low. So now I'm going to watch this. Let me put this here. Oh, space broke down under that 2860 finally. SPY's got a market maker candle to highs. Bounced off yesterday's, the previous high just bounced on. Watch that. Tilray. You do not like Tilray. Let me get that out of there. Let's look at that for somebody in the room. Correct. And they're by the day. Like I have them, like it's 8, 12, 21. I think I did 2 days with the same date, but generally, most of the time, I don't screw up the listing. I don't like Twitter. I'm going to short-term trend this thing a little bit. Want it to hold this level. All right, so I liked Intel. I like Apple, of course. Apple's one of the bread and butter ones here. Be watching that Apple long at 145.50. Now, if it slips through there, we're gonna give it about a point of risk, but we're gonna watch it. We're gonna watch the overall market carefully this morning, guys. But we got about 15 minutes here. We're pretty much through the charts now. We're just gonna kind of chill, watch the charts move, see if there's any divergence in the market here. SPY. You see how I can look at, put my marker. I don't know if, hey Chris, I don't know if you noticed this. I have my mouse matched to all my charts so I can see the time frames on each one and I can tell exactly what's going on. So right now we have no divergence. We have a low on Amazon here. Where is that? After hours low. So hard to see with those big market maker candles. Microsoft once again at that, let me go back over this real quick. Whoops. Microsoft, that 285.21 area, 284.73, I'm still okay with taking a long if it dips down here to get a long, but there's too much risk right now from there to here, so I wouldn't be interested in taking it here, the pre-market low. I need it to dip down here. Pre-market high is 146.10 on Apple. It's on the south side of the 9. These big candles make it hard to read the damn chart. Have to be careful with this long. We might take it down to this low here. Where's that low? 145.30. Yeah, I didn't think I wanted to give it a lot. Because there's really nothing to hold it up down here if we start to fail. All right, I'll be back in a sec. Hold on, I'm back. I'm looking for the long on Intel at like 53.90, 53.89, and then 54.47. I'd be looking for the short. Hold on one sec, I got a call. Turn on the old trade deck here, Interactive Brokers. Got about 5 minutes till the market opens. Chris, yesterday's high on Intel, I can watch that for a short, but there's the main high really is this. We're only talking 10 or 15 cents. So if I really was going to look for the short, I'm not sure that I'd want to execute in this neighborhood. I probably would want to wait till here, depending on how strong it come up. You got that, Jason? So, sorry, my bulldog's playing with a bowl in the background and making a bunch of damn noise. There's Apple. Did my move pre-market, damn it. Of course, Apple takes off pre-market. I mean, really? Come on, Apple, damn it. It's all right if it's up here. I just want it to dip back here and I'll take it long. I like that candle right there. Sometimes I'll do that so I can see. Oh, it's way down there. All right, guys, we got about a minute. Chris, did you get that? Here we go, guys. Let's make some money. Doggone it. I really want to take SPY long and I missed it. I'm just going to hang out here. Well, look at Q's dipping. I don't want to go long now. Here comes Q's down. Intel. $53.50s. Really, I want to take the 53s. Fill me 96. We'll see if this play is going to work or not. I'm in Intel long, got filled at 96 cents. The market's selling off, so I'm not telling you to follow me in that one, but see what happens. Here goes SPY. Oh, you're a bastard. I mean, really? Filled me like shit on that ad. Took another ride on Intel. Best fill was 86 cents. Small risk. We'll see what happens. On the 53 calls. Apple's trying to just broke pre-market or the short area I was looking at. Facebook's jamming. Q's is coming up. Amazon's bouncing. Knew I should have took Q's right here. It's like a $20 spread on the option contracts on Intel. I don't like that at all, but we'll see. I'm going to get real interested in SPY long here in a second. Oh, there goes Intel. Broke the wrong damn way. Still within my risks. My risk is down to 53.50, so we'll see. Really, I'm only down a little bit. The spread's just wide. I'm about to grab Q's as well. Betting on the bounce. Ooh, $200 contract. 365s. 364s. I took Q's long as well on the bounce into 364. Filled me at 201. Red in these trades currently. I don't like that Amazon broke down here. Intel's holding the 53.50 currently. Apple's coming back in for that 145.50 test. Not so sure I would take it long if it does come in there. Taking an ad here on Q's. Hate it when I go red in damn trades. Agitates me. $1.80. Intel's coming up. Come on. I'm currently in Q's at Intel long. Apple could be a long here, depending. I could take an L on these trades. I hope not. Take a little profit on the Qs right here on the bounce. Split my position. Now I'm in the green. Intel's coming back up. Come on, Qs. Come on, give me a run up to VWAP. I added into both of my positions, Intel and Qs. Intel's coming up as well. The spread's pretty big though, so I can't get out of it yet. A little more profit on Qs. Come on. Bam, baby. Filled me at 212. That was a nice fill on those. Come on, Intel, let's go. Apple's coming up, Q's is coming up. Just need SPY to get its shit together. Damn it. Come on, Q's. I'm going to stop out here if it breaks that 364.53. I banked some profit. I'm not going to make very much on this trade, but if it breaks down, because I'm not going deep. Come on, that's a good suck up. There you go. Here comes SPY. I knew Apple was going to be a good buy right there, doggone it. If I wasn't in Intel, I would have took that right there. Oh well. We'll see how long it lasts. We'll see if that statement ages well or not. Intel's breaking down. The spread just opened up. Let's give it to 53.27. It's about 50 cents risk, right? Down to 53.27. So I'm going to take an L on this trade. We'll see. The one day I trade Intel, it breaks south. Still don't buy it. I think it's going to come back up, but we'll see. Q's is keeping me in the game, so... Not overly confident. $1.80 is my stop out on the 364 calls. I'm not interested in going any further south than this. At least I waited for that one. Need Apple to break out. Need some help here. Come on, SPY. Get over the VWAP. Amazon's slipping. I'm going to get stopped out of queues right there. Yep. Just stop me out on queues. I'm a little green, but I'm red at Intel. Should have let it come all the way down to 34, but I took a little green because I'm red in Intel. I didn't want to give it away and then increase my red for the day. I'll watch for a little lower high right here and I might re-enter queues. That was my entry, re-entry. $1.86 it filled me. Intel's coming back up. SPY's breaking over VWAP. Made a quick $10 a contract on Qs. Took a little profit right here. Adding to my green on Qs. Still red in Intel. There we go. There we go. Come on. Nice. Fill me 205. 364 calls. Apple's trying to break highs. Unfortunately, SPY's coming back down. Microsoft's into a double top. Apple's into a double top. Come on, Intel, let's go. I don't believe this. I don't believe this rundown. There goes Apple. Q's is still running. I got to take some more profit right there. The contract just popped. 215. I don't have much left now. 5 contracts. I'm green across the board now thanks to Q's right here on this little 3-minute run. Apple's breaking out. I don't know if I can get Intel to cooperate. I might end up with a nice green day. I haven't traded Intel for a long time, and the spread is now tightened up. I am down on Intel about $20 a contract. $28 a contract. So we'll see what happens. Q's is still going. V shape on Amazon. Just stopped me out a little bit, but I took a pretty big grab right here when I bought these contracts. When it dipped just a little bit, I took them. Apple's breaking and running. That first short level worked, and then it broke out on the double tops, coming up to 147.71 looks like. Microsoft broke the double top and is headed up to that 288, 16, 30 area, look most likely. I'd really appreciate it if Intel would get its shit together and start coming up. Can't win them all, guys. Can't win them all. I'm going to set a stop on these contracts at 205 on the 364 calls, the 5 I have left. I'm green on the day, not as much as I would be if Intel would come on up. I won't let Intel take me red, so basically its bottom now is as deep as I'm going to let that trade go. Q's is running beautifully. I took a lot off on this 50 tag. I should have saved some. Oh well. Got to take profit, guys. Especially when you're the red, just start taking profit. Intel's going to stop me out. Ugh. Getting hammered on Intel right now. It's broke its damn low. Sucking back up. I'm watching that 53.27 for the bounce. I mean, I'm getting slaughtered in these contracts right now. The 53 calls. I took the 53 calls just in case it did this, but a lot of divergence in the market right now. What the hell is going on with my chart with SPY? Had a little glitch. Trying to be patient with this Intel trade. But it's right to my risk, my 50 cents risk on this, so we are here. I'm not taking an ad just because I don't like the way the market looks. A lot of divergence all over the place, so another ad I've added twice into this trade. Took a little bit on a pull-ups. Still red. I think I'm gonna have to cut this trade. SPY's dumping. SPY gonna come down here. 442.60. I was hoping it was gonna bounce here and bring Intel up, but it doesn't look like it's going to. Q stopped me out, I think. Yep, right there, just took me out. I'm out of Qs, but I'm still in Intel. I'm green on the Q trade. Nicely, I'm green across the day. Not a lot, because Intel's really got me beat up. Spread tightened up on Intel, and I'm getting tortured right now. I'm down about the max of contract that I go, so 53.27. If it breaks it, I'm getting out, but I'll stay in it as long as it can stay above that level and see if we get a run back up over the next 30 minutes. 10:30 reversal, hopefully. Put Intel on the main screen. I'm basically going to market close this if it breaks at 53.27 and take the L. It could hold. I don't think it's going to. So, well, look at Q's big candle. Big buyers there. High or low. Intel don't give a crap. Microsoft's heading at highs. Apple is again at a double top. Looks just a little trappy squeeze. Here comes Intel. Come on, Intel. Let's go. That's why I have multiple levels when I'm looking at the chart, guys. I already know where I'm going to go to, and I just back it up and look at it. See how much risk I want to take. Intel could come all the way back up and break highs. It broke the downtrend pre-market. That's why I was interested in this long. It just slipped 50 cents further down than I thought it would. So, see what happens here.
Well, Intel's coming up and then gets slapped back down. This should be a higher low on Intel, hopefully. Hopefully it puts in a higher low right here. I'm not going any deeper than 53.27. I'm down 30 a contract, roughly. A little over 30 a contract, actually. I took a smaller position size on Intel just because I hadn't traded it for so long. I'm glad I did, but I took an ad, then sold some, split the loss, but I'm still red. Hopefully it puts in the higher low here. We'll see. Microsoft came perfect to the short level at 288.17. Apple up to the next. I don't trust this. There's a nice higher low on Apple here, and with SPY down, Qs would have to break this low, and I'm not interested. It's just trappy both ways, so. Mahaf, are you talking to me? Okay. It's trying to hold that 53.27. Amazon. Look at Amazon go. That's some catalyst we need right there. I don't think it's going to help Intel much, but I'm getting ready to close Intel for an L here. SPY broke its low. Trying to find a reason to talk myself into staying in this trade, but I don't see any. It really needs to hold this level. Broke it. Shit. SPY jammed that lower level finally, or is jamming it. I'm going to give this Intel just a second. See if it wants to suck back up and go. It only cost me about $4 a contract, $3 a contract to give it a second. Come on. I haven't taken an L for a while.
Come on. I just don't think it has it in it. Volume's way down. Well, looky. Come on. I'm going to need this damn thing to come all the way up here for me to get in the green. There we go. Just breaks the level by a penny and then comes up. Look at that bullshit. Chris, not at all. That's emotion. Don't worry about that emotion. You don't win them all. Ugh. Ugh. I don't like that. Said I didn't like that this morning, the way it wasn't up the way it should have been. I need to go back to my other trade here. I gotta pay attention. So do we got a bottom? Are we gonna go back up now, Intel? I'd appreciate that. SPY can't make up its mind. It's trying to hold up, but if it starts breaking lows, all hell's gonna break loose. Half of you in any trades? Anything you entered today? My short on Microsoft was perfect. God. Over here long an Intel like an idiot. Not normally. That doesn't really affect whether I'm going to take a trade or not take a trade. Just jumbles my brain. I just trade the levels. And the market as a whole. Intel's trying to keep me in this trade. I almost closed it. Listen, I had it open and my finger was on the button. So I'm going to give it a second to suck back up. If it opens down, I'm out. And it's sucked up. So we're still in this, baby. If the market would help a brother out. Just got to sit back and relax when you're reading a trade. Good morning, Nathan. So recap so far this morning, I'm green on Qs. I'm green across the board between Qs and Intel, but I'm red at Intel about 30 something a contract, roughly.
Come on, Intel, you can do it. There's Q's trying to put in a higher low, but SPY's still slipping down to the low. So nasty. The long down here at 442.60 on SPY could possibly be a good trade, but if it breaks through, it's coming to 441.75. I have the stash and money line up. Not sure what that is, buddy. You got an AI trading for you, is that what you're saying, Nathan? Intel's coming up. Q's is coming. There's that 10:30 reversal, 10 o'clock reversal. It's coming. If we can just keep her going. I thought about buying Q's again, honestly, when it was down here, but I'm already got enough green to keep my day green. Something like that. Gotcha. So you come onto my channel when I'm in a losing trade currently. I'm not normally red in trades, but I am currently in Intel at the moment. So it's trying to come back up. We'll see. How many guys live tell you they're red in a trade? Not very many. SPY's starting to come to life. Microsoft's headed back to look like it wants to break out. Facebook bounced on the 357.25. That was a good play. Q is going to make me sit here for the next hour and a half and watch it go. It needs to get up here. I'm not going to ride Intel all day, I can tell you that. I'll put a stop on my contracts down here and I'll just let it ride. It'll either get me back green or it'll stop me out, one of the two. First entry on Intel was here and then added here. I didn't take an ad down here because I was just like, I'm just going to stop out. And I should have taken an ad here, but I just didn't want to put any more into Intel. I don't trade it a lot, so I wasn't super confident. Now I'm stupid because I didn't take that ad down here, even though I marked it off at my risk. I usually double my position at my 50-cent risk on this type of trade, where I'd already be back. Well, I'd have back about a third of what I'm red right now. But you got to have the discipline. If you double your position or add into a position at your stops, you have to have the discipline to close the trade if it breaks it. And a lot of people have a tough time. So what'd you trade today, Nathan? Look at Q's, damn it. V-shape recovery, 10-15. Here we go. Come on, Intel. Look at this mess. So, Chris, how many of the videos have you got through so far? As we're sitting here waiting for Intel, or I'm waiting for Intel to come up. And Jason, you're green on the day, I assume? Good job. What'd you take? Qs? You took SPY, you bastard. Nice trade. Took it from the 4 to 42.60. Good job. See guys in my room take a better trade than I did today. Beautiful. Oh, gotcha. Intel's coming back up. It's trying. The contract's moving pretty good. It's moved about $10 from the bottom. So that's not too bad. If we can get a nice run back up, we might be able to get even or make some money on that trade. Profit is profit. Doesn't matter how much it is, $1 or 10,000 or $1 million. It makes no difference. If you're getting green, green is good. Madaz lost 1.23 million. Wow. What? How do you lose 1.23 million in one trade on mRNA? Are you kidding me? Wow. That's crazy. It was an old Twitter notification on my phone I saw. You want to talk about swings? I don't know how his emotion takes it. So took Qs, made some money, bought some more, stopped out right here, and then when I saw it suck up and then it come back a little bit red, I took it again, and then I caught this run and took profit, profit, profit. Took profit again there, and then it stopped me out here. I thought about buying this dip, I didn't. And then I thought about buying it again when it got down here to this 364.34. I didn't take it. Now I'm getting a really nice move. Here comes Intel. Intel's coming along. Patience, guys. Patience sometimes. It's not always immediate gratification. Sometimes you're sitting to red for a while, which sucks. Amazon's coming up strong. Spies recovered, coming up nice. I like immediate gratification too, believe me. But it doesn't always happen, guys. Sometimes you're in the red for 5 minutes or 3 hours, and then it turns around and comes along. But you just got to have patience. When you're hunched over your desk and your hands on the mouse, sit back, get your hand off the mouse, relax. Q's just broke over the open. Look at Q's. I was in that too. God. Come on, Intel. Let's go. Yeah, but you've had way too much patience. You should have stopped out in that trade a long time ago. Here goes Amazon. We're getting a run. Getting a run, boys. Here we go. Hold on, guys. I got to talk to somebody in my room for the YouTube channel. I'm going to mute you guys for, or I'm going to mute that for a second. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back, guys. We're running. Intel doesn't want to come up. It's just holding here at this area. SPY and keys are coming up. Amazon ran right into the open and bounced. Microsoft's breaking highs. Apple's breaking highs. Facebook V-shape off that 357. Look at these plays. Beautiful play off that 357. Perfect from the open. It was a good short, and then that broke out. Apple, good short, and then broke out for the run, the retest. This is my other screen. Pull this back over here. Now if I can get Intel to come the hell up, I need some of this, like this. That's what we're looking for. Hold on. Intel's on the march. Come on, Intel, let's go. Hey guys, everybody have a great day on the YouTube stream. I'm going to shut it down. I'm still currently an Intel long. Have a great day.